My name is William Kitz, and I'm the clinical director of the nonprofit reading center, the Learning Collaborative. Prior to this, I was the director of the Project Success Program at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh and a tenured faculty member in the UW-Oshkosh Special Education Department. I've used Orton and Gillingham methodology since 1980. I'm a 40-plus year member of the International Dyslexia Association. Today, I'm going to describe to you how and why we use the Silver Moon Spelling Program in our clinic. The most common way that we use the Silver Moon Spelling Program in our clinic is just part of our regular curriculum. And we do it in a standalone format. We teach the lesson as it is in the very outstanding teacher's manual. We first give a pretest, we look for areas of need, and we schedule regular times during tutoring sessions. We also use two Orton Gillingham-based curricula in our program. And both these curricula cover the spelling rules, but in a different order from Silver Moon. Many times we teach a Silver Moon rule before the curriculum lesson to ensure that the student understands the rule when it is presented in the reading or spelling lesson. And then we use it to reinforce what our students have learned. This is a picture of my tutoring area in our clinic. As you can see, I have the Silver Moon rules that we are working with currently on the wall above the alphabet. These are easy to change for different students. Right now, the students I'm working with are working more in the first 6 rules, but I have students who are well ahead of that. But they're a good reminder of what the rules are. And sometimes a student will spell a word correctly, like adding 2 L's to the end of shell, and they'll say, oh, what rule did you use? And they can point to the rule that they use. Conversely, at times a student might have difficulty with using TCH at the end of a word where it should have been used, and I can also point to the rule for that and discuss why we needed to use that rule. So it's kind of a constant reminder that students remember these very important rules. The Silver Moon program really is based on the Big D, Big I direct instruction model of teaching. And by that I mean it is part of what we would call the science of learning, the strategies that we use all through our tutoring. So there are different stages of teaching and learning called the acquisition, maintenance, and generalization stages of instruction. And Silver Moon helps to make these happen, and all the materials are there to help the practitioner use them to make sure that the student knows the rules. As I said before, the lessons are built upon the direct instruction model developed by Siegfried Engelmann and others, has been so effective with students in numerous controlled studies. In the next couple slides, I'll talk about how this is used in Silver Moon. One of the first features is that there is a pretest that helps me to know exactly what my students know before coming in and where they're going to need help. Many times the students I work with are pretty young and they're weak in all areas, and we teach all the rules. But occasionally we have a student who already knows and can apply some of the rules. And that saves us valuable tutoring time. Therefore, it helps us to teach more in less time. Here are some other features that make the Silver Moon spelling program very successful with students. First of all, the lessons are based on task analysis. So pre-skills are taught to be sure that when new skills are presented, that the student will be able to understand them and has a good chance of mastering them. The tasks are taught in a logical order, and there are checks for understanding along the way. There are numerous examples and non-examples and warnings where the rule does not apply to help with a generalization of this material. Many times we have a student who starts putting TCH on everything. No, that's not going to work, and we have to go back and say, no, it's not going to work here because, and that's very helpful. And then there are 6-lesson reviews to ensure maintenance of the material, so we don't end up 20 lessons into the program and find out we probably should only be about 7 lessons in, because that's about where the understanding stopped happening. So in conclusion, we're very pleased with the Silver Moon curriculum. It works with our students in one-on-one and small group tutoring, and I strongly recommend it for others working in similar situations. However, I've not used this with a full class of students, but I have used direct instruction with a full class of students. And I feel it could be very adaptable to working with a larger group in the same way that it works with smaller groups. So overall, I'm very pleased to endorse this product. We use it, enjoy it, and our students do learn a lot of those rules that they didn't know before, and it certainly helps them with their spelling. Thank you.